Hi, my name is Juan. I'm the creator of Wechaty. Today I will introduce the CQRS Wechaty, show you how we can easily getting started with it. So what's CQRS Wechaty? The CQRS Wechaty is event-driven architecture wrapper for Wechaty that applies the CQRS principle by using separate query and command messages to retrieve and modify the both state, respectively. So why we build CQRS Wechaty? We built CQRS Wechaty because we want to enable the event-driven programming in building chatbots. In the last month, we have refactored our Wechaty community assistant chatbot Freddy to follow the domain-driven design patterns, which is named DDD. It is great to convert our Freddy bot to DDD. We have this very huge pull request here. We can see this pull request contains more than 300 files change. Our mainly objective is to enable the event-driven programming, especially the DDD is want to help to focus on the exactly product requirement so that we can have better integrate with the business people and the engineer people. And with the DDD, we will define all the requirements as events. We can see the DDD always be used together with the CQRS. So support QRS in which will be a great step for us to move forward with the DDD together. Let's back to the CQRS. Basically, CQRS separates the read and write. For our chatbot, we will use event type named command to change the boot state. And on the other hand, we will use an event named query to read the boot state. In our system, everything is an event. And besides the command and query, we also have an event named message. The message is the response of the command and query. That's all four kinds of the events here. From the below diagram, we can see bus. The bus is all the events send and receive. We will always operate on this bus. The bus is actually RxJS subject, and you can connect it with a WebSocket stream, and you can also connect it to a Kafka message queue system, etc. So with this bus, the bus will send a command to our Wechaty Redux plugin, and the Redux plugin will convert this command to Wechaty core, and also will respond to the bus with a message, which is the event response to the command. The query is also very similar. The bus will send a query to the Redux plugin, and the Redux plugin will read the Wechaty state. It reply a message event to the bus with readed data. At last, there's also a solo event like the QR code event. So whenever Wechaty have any events, the Wechaty will send the event to the Redux plugin, and the Redux plugin will send the event to the bus so that all the consumers on the bus can receive the events as well. So this is basically the CQRS Wechaty architecture. To use it, we can start from this code snap. This short code demos how we can use CQRS Wechaty. Here we have a Wechaty CQRS npm module. We need to install this module with Wechaty. After we have it, we import this module as CQRS. And also we have our Wechaty, and some XGS operators like filter map and merge map. It's very easy to build a Wechaty instance here. And we call the Wechaty init to set up everything internally. Then here is the most important part of the CQRS Wechaty. We use this from function to convert the Wechaty instance to a bus, which is RxJS subject. This bus will be the only way we work with Wechaty. It can receive the events and it can also emit events to the user. Here is the code demonstrate how to receive messages and log the message to the console. From our bus, we first will filter the message received event. After we have the message received event, we will use these two functions to convert the message received event to a symbol. What is a symbol? Symbol is actually content in a message. It may be a text, it might be an image, it might be an attachment. So anything inside the message, it is a symbol. Here we will create a query. This query is a get symbol payload. So we send this get symbol payload query to our bus at here. We use execute to execute this query, and we are expecting to get a response message here named symbol payload got message. So after we converted the message to the symbol, at last we can subscribe to the bus, get the symbol, and log the symbol to console. So basically, here is all the code we listen to the message and convert to symbol, and finally console log to show this message. At last, don't forget to start the Wechaty. We use a start command. Use the Wechaty puppet ID here, so the start command can know which Wechaty it should start. Okay, so here is all the code. I show you how to use Wechaty CQRS. Basically, that's all. For convenience, we have put the CQRS Wechaty to the getting started repo here. You can find the CQRS Wechaty at examples. Here we have a CQRS. If you go to this folder, you can see this ding dong bot. This ding dong bot is pure CQRS. What it do is very similar. It received a message ding. It will respond a message dong. I will show you in VS Code with example. Okay, here is the Wechaty getting started repo, and here is the examples CQRS, and here is the ding dong bot, right? This ding dong bot, we can take a look quickly and run it. Here is the onscan. With the onscan, we will get the QR code and the status. We will show the QR code URL so that we can get an image to scan. Here is the on message. We can see on scan and on message, they all use our bus. So this on message here, we can see we first convert the message to symbol, and we check whether the symbol is a text ding message. If the text is ding, then we will get the talker ID, which is the contact ID who sends the ding message here. Finally, we will create a command here. This is the send message command. We can use the command to send symbol. This symbol is a text with the content dong to this contact ID, right? After we have this command, finally here we execute this command. This execute function is just send this command to the bus and expect the bus return sent message here. So this logic is on message logic here. The left code is basically we get the Wechaty and init Wechaty here, convert the Wechaty to our CQRS bus. In our main function, we first get the bus and the Puppet ID from the CQRS Wechaty. Then we create this unstarted event stream to chains the onScan and onMessage together and tick until stopped event, which means if the Wechaty has been stopped, this chain will be stopped as well. At last, here is the main stream. We can start Wechaty, then we register unstarted event, and at the same time we send the start command to Wechaty to start the Wechaty. Here, if there's no subscribers of this main stream, the bus will send the stop command to Wechaty. So this means when this main stream has been subscribed, Wechaty will be started, and there's no subscribers of this stream, the Wechaty will be stopped. At last, we subscribed to this main stream to kick off everything. Okay, that's all the code. To run this example, we can see here is the example CQRS Ding Dong boot. Under Linux, you can use this shell command to run it. Examples like this. And when you run it, it shows a QR code URL here. You can just open this URL to see the QR code in your browser. Here is the browser. You can set the environment variable Wechaty log EQ variables to see more log messages. You can also specify the Wechaty puppet, right? Okay. It's Wechaty puppet equals Wechaty puppet WeChat. So here you can use our puppeteer WeChat puppet to get the QR code and build your chatbot. So basically that's all. I hope this video can help you to getting started to understand the CQRS Wechaty and enjoy your programming with event-driven architecture.